It was just supposed to be a normal afternoon, helping my neighbor Mark move a fridge. We were joking about getting too old for this kind of work when he sent me inside his house to grab a drink. As I walked up to the back door, I heard voices. Low, intimate. I figured it was just family visiting. I pushed the door open without a second thought, and my world just stopped. My wife was on the couch with Mark's son, who was home from college. They weren't just talking, they were kissing. Her hands were tangled in his hair like it was the most natural thing in the world. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. It felt like time had frozen just for me. He saw me first and jumped back, his eyes wide with panic. Then she turned. Her face went completely white. She whispered my name like she didn't recognize me. I tried to speak, but nothing came out. She scrambled to her feet, knocking over a glass. He started stammering apologies, like a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar. My voice finally returned, a hollow whisper. I asked, "How long?" She tried to deny it, saying it wasn't what it looked like. But the smear of her lipstick on his mouth told the real story. Just then, Mark walked in. The look of betrayal on his face mirrored my own. His son kept making excuses. It was a mistake, a moment of confusion. My wife rushed towards me, reaching for my arm, but I recoiled like she was on fire. Then came the tears, the ones she always used to win our arguments. This time, they just sounded empty. I asked her again, "How long?" She finally whispered, 2 months. 2 months. All those late-night yoga classes and long grocery trips suddenly made sense. 2 months of me wondering why she'd grown so distant. Mark, looking shattered, told his son to get out. The kid practically ran from the house. My wife kept trying to explain. She felt neglected, lonely, that I was always working. I reminded her I was working to build a future for us, to fix our financial mess. Loneliness, I told her, doesn't just make you fall into someone else's arms. I walked out, needing air more than I needed her excuses. She followed me, begging for a chance to talk calmly. I told her calmness was a luxury we couldn't afford anymore. She said she loved me. I looked her in the eyes and said, "No, you love the life I gave you, not the man who built it." She collapsed on the pavement, sobbing. I felt my own tears coming, but I swallowed them down. I drove home alone. She showed up minutes later, pleading through the locked door. I just told her I needed space. That night, I packed a bag. The texts started flooding in long paragraphs, calling it a mistake, calling herself stupid, calling me the only one she ever truly loved. It all felt like a script from a bad movie. I slept on my brother's couch, staring at a ceiling that felt more familiar than my own. The next morning, she texted again, promising therapy, promising to do whatever it took to fix us. But some things can't be fixed. The battlefield was already scorched earth. When I went back for the rest of my things, she was sitting on the stairs, looking defeated. "Is this really it?" she asked. I told her, "It ended the moment you chose someone else over me." Her face just crumpled. And for the first time, I felt nothing. Just a quiet, cold clarity. Walking out that door for the last time hurt, but it also felt like taking my first breath after being held underwater for way too long. Sometimes the truth doesn't set you free gently. Sometimes it shatters your world so you can finally start rebuilding. If you're going through something this painful, please know you're not alone. Talking to a friend, a family member, or a professional can make all the difference. Your healing is what matters most. Thanks for listening.